My name is Annabelle Albitz, and I'm from Edina, Minnesota. Growing up, I didn't have very many friends. I was sort of weird and different. But eventually, when I got to middle school, I had my first real friend group. And that was also when I went to Summerfest for the first time. Going to Summerfest really changed me. That week was I had a lot of realizations, and I started to discover more who God was and started to think about my faith more deeply than I had before. That was when I realized that this friend group I was in was not very good. They were kind of mean and they bullied me, and so I decided I was just going to tell them I didn't want to be friends with them anymore. And what followed was a few years of hardships for me. I was really alone, and I felt lost and confused, and I started to become depressed, and I had dealt with some really bad thoughts. And I started to turn to God for the first time and really started to pray and just ask Him for help and ask Him to stop this from happening. So after a while, when nothing really seemed to change, I started to get angry, and I started to doubt God and ask if He really was there or why was He doing this to me. It wasn't until later that I realized that God was sending people into my life and trying to have people help me. You know, my mom kept asking me if I wanted to go see a doctor, wanted to go to therapy, and I kept saying no because if I thought that if I had justified going to a doctor, then something was actually wrong with me, and I didn't want anything to be wrong with me. And I realized that I kept shutting people out because I thought that everyone hated me, when really there were people trying to help me and wanting to be my friend, but I was just so far deep that I didn't see what was really going on. And I think that, we all have these storms in our life, and everyone's is different, and we think that we can do it all alone, and we think, oh, if I just ask God to help me, that He'll just make everything instantly better. But I think you gotta open your mind and open your heart and see the signs, because they're there. It might be hard to see at first, but if you keep praying, God will be there to help you, and He'll put people in your life that can help you. God rescues.